Hello, folks, and welcome to the Average Movie Review podcast. Today, I thought we could review It. Welcome to Derry, episodes 1 and 2. Again, this will be spoiler filled, so if you haven't seen the episode, go watch it and come back. I will give you my quick, spoiler free review. It's really good. It's scary. It's interesting. It will catch you. I think it'll really grasp you into the show. The visuals are very nice as well. Um, so far it's been good. I like it a lot. I'm going to give episodes 1 and 2 a solid 8 out of 10. I think they're right off. They've started off perfectly, and I'm really excited to see where this season goes. Now, going into spoilers, episode 1, I thought the beginning of the episode was brilliant. It's gory as hell. First of all, holy shit! I did not expect to see what I saw in episode 1. I did not realize this was going to be super R-rated. I had no idea. I thought it was going to be normal because I don't remember the films being that R-rated, but this one's pretty freaking gory and pretty descriptive. So get ready for that right off the bat. Um, you meet, I guess, the kidnapped boy in every typical story, right? Of Pennywise, the first kid to get kidnapped. What I like about it so far is that they didn't really go into the history of Pennywise or anything like that. They didn't discuss, they didn't really reveal anything. It was just you're kind of just put into this world, and you just find out that he's here. And um, even though this is kind of, I guess, what it would be like an origin story, but we haven't gotten his origin yet. So that's pretty interesting. So I guess it's trying to tell you that you're going to solve the mystery as we go along in the episodes. So that was pretty cool. We get to see this demonic mutant baby who I don't think is Pennywise. I think it just maybe a demon that works for Pennywise or something. I'm not really 100% sure. I'd love to find out. And then the episode kind of pushes forward 4 months after the kid is kidnapped or goes missing, like the original kid. And then you kind of meet your ragtag team of the losers. And, they're coming together and stuff, and they're trying to find their friend who is not really their friend, but, is kind of the kid who goes missing. And they're like, yeah, we got to help him and all of that. There's a lot of little cute references to DC. You see a couple comic books like The Flash and Detective Comics, Batman, and it makes sense because Andy Muschietti is a producer and I think director of the show. So, he both directed The Terrible Flash, and he will be directing the Brave and Bold for Batman in the new DCU. So, I guess he just wanted to throw that in there. I don't know. There's a lot of great jump scares. What I'm loving so far is the hallucinations. Just like in the movies, Pennywise puts his victims through those random hallucinations, and they've done it pretty well, and it's very, very gory. I will say, it's scary too. I was watching it by myself. I do not recommend you watch it by yourself if you get scared. I definitely recommend watching it with someone. Um, it was actually pretty scary. I was like, wow, this is actually pretty good. This is pretty interesting. And what I like about it is it grasps me, it was I was hooked onto it, and I wanted to see more, and I wanted to figure out more as well. So that's a plus point in my column. If a show can do that within the first 10 to 15 minutes, hell, maybe the episode's going to be fantastic. You know what I mean? So, and maybe even the season. So kudos to them on that. They really grasp you in that sense. And it kind of ends off and also a cliffhanger too, where half the loser team, like the team that you think is going to be the one that's going to defeat Pennywise, dies. It's pretty crazy, and you're just like, what the hell just happened? And I don't know if they're dead or if they've just been kidnapped by Pennywise. I think they're dead, um, or at least two of them are. I don't know about the other one. It seems like so. That's very, very interesting as well. And then there's also this little subplot of the army and stuff. And at first, in the first episode, they kind of introduce you to this Sergeant Hanlon and his buddy and all these other people, and then he kind of goes through it because some douchebag kind of beats the shit out of him in his sleep and whatnot. And you're kind of like, what does this have to do with the show? What does this have to do with Pennywise? And nobody knows, right? But it's answered in episode 2 right away, which I appreciated, because at first I was like, this subplot makes no sense. Why the hell do we even care about these guys? Because it should be the kids that we should be worried about. Episode 2 again opens up, I think a little bit slow, but then it goes right into it, and there's like this massive hallucination scene with one of the characters, and it was done really well, and it was, it was scary, but it was also funny at the same time. And I don't mean like ha ha funny, but I mean like you chuckle a little, but you're also a little scared because it's like, oh, like this shit's kind of fucked up. Like what happened here, right? But you're enjoying it. I know that's a weird thing to say when you're talking about horror films, but you're actually enjoying the sequence. So I thought that was really really well done. I'm loving the chemistry between the casts, the kids especially. We also get to meet, I guess, the replacements for the ones who died right away, who I think will be continuing the story going forward. Who will be pretty much the loser gang that's referred to, in like the It series, like the movies and whatnot. So this will be your kind of permanent loser gang. So I'm excited to see how they kind of come into play, and I'm loving the chemistry so far between the kids. There's You can tell they work well together. There's a bit of friendship, there's a bit of hatred. Like they look like kids, which is something that I appreciate too. They just look like really just young little kids, just trying to navigate this world and try to figure out why the hell this demonic presence is after them. And then we finally figure out what's going on with that subplot with the army men. It's basically related to the Cuban Missile Crisis. This sergeant who's come into town has been recruited because he is a man without fear. He is a man who does not feel fear or see fear. What he is, it basically is the answer to solving this mystery, but also to harness this power of debilitating fear that the army is trying to find, which is Pennywise, basically. They don't know where it came from. They don't know what it is. They just know it just makes people really scared, and they're trying to harness the power. And once they find the source of it, they know what the source looks like, or they know what the source kind of is, but they just don't know where it is. So and that's why he's been brought here, right? And then they've been running special missions and whatnot, trying to figure out where the source is, and so that they can use this to stop the Cuban Missile Crisis from happening, in the sense of stopping the Soviets from leaving their missiles with Cuba, so that they're not in striking distance. So that's that whole subplot. So not only are these kids being tortured and terrorized, they also have to kind of work against the army, because the army is also trying to figure out what this thing is, and they're trying to like pretty much harness that power, right? And the kids are probably going to try to like destroy the power, which makes sense, but we all know that doesn't happen because this is a prequel, so Pennywise still lives no matter what. Um, but yeah, I think so far the show's been really good. I was a little skeptic with the fact that they were going to make a prequel. I felt like the movies were good. The second one kind of fell off a little bit, but I thought the first one was really good, and I enjoyed the second one. And I thought, maybe you could just keep making like one sequel every year or every 2-3 years, just to keep it going. And Bill Skarsgård does an amazing job as Pennywise as well. Oh, and also in episode 2, we actually get to see our first look at Pennywise with just his eyes, though. And I think we get to hear his voice too. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, I think overall it's going well. I think it's definitely worth a watch for sure. If you are into the series, or if you just like horror and whatnot, it's really really good. I think you will enjoy it. One thing I never understood is why they release these shows after Halloween or after October. Makes no freaking sense to me, because this would have been a perfect October show to watch, and to release it weekly in October would have been perfect leading up to Halloween. Beautiful. Or even if you start a little bit earlier in September, beautiful, beautiful way to end off, I guess, the spooky month of October. But I'm not the execs. I don't make those decisions, right? So it doesn't really matter at that point. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys liked it, or if you are watching it. If you aren't watching it, I'd love to hear from you guys. And I will catch you on the next one. Have a wonderful day, guys.